You're listening to The Foundation of Wellness, a refreshing take on diet and lifestyle, with Jessica Dogert, a registered dietitian nutritionist, and Marisa Moon, a primal health coach.
Hey you guys, my name is Jessica and I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and you can learn all about me on my website at jessicadogert.com.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Marisa Moon. I'm a certified primal health coach and intermittent fasting instructor, and you can learn more about me at marisamoon.com. Jess, we have a great guest today, don't we?
Oh my gosh, we really do. So I want to introduce you guys to Andy Hnilo. And he's with Alitura Naturals, and I was first introduced to the brand back in 2015 at the Bulletproof conference. I fell in love with his clay mask, and I've been using it for years. And if you guys could smell him right now, oh my goodness, he smells so lovely. I love his perfume. It's for both females and males, the exact same thing. It's so delicious. It smells awesome. But we're so excited that you're here with us, and I think really we just want to kick it off with your story and why you started the brand.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. Appreciate it. In March 20th, 2011, I was crossing a busy street in Los Angeles, and I looked down quickly to just check something. I think I was waiting for a lift or to communicate with a friend, and I got hit by a westbound heading Land Rover, lost consciousness, and I got hit into the eastbound lane and run over by a Toyota Tundra.
You were on foot?
I was on foot, yeah. Yeah, I was on foot, and then I lost consciousness, so I don't remember too much of it, but I was getting like my clothes cut off me in the middle of the street, and next thing you know, I woke up in Cedars-Sinai ICU with one of the worst compound fractures the resident maxillofacial surgeon had ever seen at Cedars-Sinai. So, matter of fact, we had to hire we had to search for a private surgeon to do the job. I got a titanium plate inserted up top, one on bottom. I got them both removed, by the way, because I'm glad, because it was so stiff.
Oh, wow.
But that actually was a whole nother recovery in its own right after getting those taken out. But I had 7 broken ribs, a collapsed lung, and quickly found out the severity of the situation in an ICU bed. So I very lucky to be sitting here next to you guys. So.
You were conscious at what point?
I was, the next morning I woke up, I want to say around... I was loopy. I was on a morphine drip. Maybe, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 a.m. Can you imagine that call? My parents drove down from the Bay Area. They got the call that I was in the ICU. That still makes me...
you called them the day you woke up?
I didn't know. A nurse called them. I was just out of it and loopy. I had a couple friends in the ICU room with me, just wondering, just shocked.
They told you right away what state you were in?
Yeah, but I was on a morphine drip, so
you kind of
don't talk. Because my chin was poking through the bottom of my mouth, and so I was extremely banged up. I was unrecognizable, and
your beautiful face. For anyone that's not, honestly, for anyone that is not seeing a video of this right now, he's a model. I'm not just saying that. He actually gets paid because he looks so good. But don't blush. He's actually blushing. But the fact that he went through something like that could destroy his facial structure is just, for any walking, living human being, is the scariest freaking thing. And I can just imagine for someone that's a model. I'm assuming you were a model at that time.
Yeah, I was working in the industry as an actor and a model, but it was rough seeing my mom walk in with a little headshot.
Your poor mother.
Yeah, really. Yeah,
I'm sorry if it's hard to talk about.
No, it's all right. I just pictured I remember that. But yeah, it's. But what it did, though, is, as soon as I got out of the hospital, I think it was 5 days later, I was walking out, and one of my nurses was an ex-Marine, and he was like, hey, any day you can walk out of the hospital is a good day. I didn't have any tendon damage on my knees or any broken ankles, so I was trying to figure out how to recover quickest, and everybody was telling me, my family was in my apartment with me in a little single bedroom studio apartment in North Hollywood, California, and we were all huddled up, and it was kind of beautiful because we never have a chance to all be together like that. And even though I was taking my medicine and falling right back to sleep, they were there with me, and that love really carried me through and just kind of spearheaded my recovery with the intention to just get back and see them look at me like the same, like they used to. Because I had a long road to recovery, and Yeah.
I was going to ask, so how long did it take you to recover fully?
I'm still going through, I severed a nerve right here on the left side of my face that communicates what your muscles do, what your facial muscles do from your brain to this side of my face. Like, it was disrupted. And so they reattached it. And so when you'd smile, like, one side of your face would show up, and slowly it's been coming back, but it's still like one side of my lip is not showing sensitivity, and I don't know, maybe it'll come back, but it's weird. This side does, this one doesn't.
Notice? Like, can we notice?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because if you didn't tell us, we would have no idea.
You don't look like you ever got in an accident in your entire life.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, people have no idea. I became comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I still am. Like, my teeth knock into each other. I have to go into my dentist all the time to get them shaved down because my bite is slowly moving forward. It's really,
Good dentist.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, it's great. These teeth were all nubbed, so they're all bonded in. Yeah, when the pavement, like, when my face hit the pavement, like, it just, it knocked the front 3 teeth out right here.
Well, everyone's going to see him, actually, because we're going to put his picture on the cover of the episode thumbnail.
Maybe
so even if they don't watch the video, they'll be able to see what you look like.
Well, it's just, I mean, I had nothing but time on my hands, and my jaw was wired shut, so I didn't want to leave the house. And so I did a lot of research on certain ingredients. I would study spot treatments and experiment with certain things that I knew that were so good internally. And I just kind of, I was my own little science experiment. I became, like, they say necessity is the mother of invention. I just really feel like what eventually came out to be my clay mask was just this years of researching just individual ingredients and isolating them. And then when I felt comfortable enough to combine them, it just, and I saw the results. So much circulation was brought to the surface of my skin while, like, subtly exfoliating that area.
Background, we could tell everybody we're at a conference right now, and there happens to be a sports game going on. We had no idea, but so deal with us. But that's how we got Andy here in person.
Hey.
But it truly seems like such a blessing in disguise, even though that did happen to you. It's like now you've created this incredibly awesome, clean beauty, non-toxic skincare brand that is thriving.
It's so much fun for me. That's why I love coming to these things. It's just I just have to stay the course. I don't really have too much time to, like, think about. Just every now and then I'll reflect, and it's fun to meditate and just get appreciation and have that perspective of how far things have come since 2014 when we launched, but also 2011. I mean, there's no way that I could have ever imagined to be even sitting here talking about owning a skincare line. There's no way. But I mean, I just always knew there was something else out there for me, and that accident rocked me right into where I'm in love with this stuff. It's all I think. It's my first and last thought of every day. And it's just, I'm always on. I mean, I love this stuff. So, yeah.
Can you tell our listeners, like, about clean beauty? I mean, it's obviously trending right now, but I think a lot of people probably have no idea what it is, why we should focus on non-toxic, why our skin is like so important to nourish our skin instead of just, like, nourishing our body and eating right too. You know?
Absolutely, yeah. Get it hit from the inside and as well as the outside. And it's just, I mean, what you put on top of your skin is going to be absorbed within seconds into your bloodstream. So you have to be very careful of what you put on top of it. And so many products, both natural and some even claiming to be organic, have ingredients and very carcinogenic preservatives and fragrances hidden in their ingredient text. And so it's just very important that people look at things like the Think Dirty app and scan the UPC codes and find out and do the research on government-recognized carcinogens that are commonly located in so many products. So from parabens to stearates to fragrance, which is actually one of the worst. Even if it says natural fragrance, really figure out what that natural fragrance is it contains. And I just, I didn't, when I was going through my recovery, I couldn't find a product that didn't have some type of hole in it. So what I would do is I would isolate my favorite ingredients, and then with my night cream, I started that out. I would melt down cacao butter and beeswax and manuka honey and sea buckthorn oil and a cast iron pan. I still have that first one, actually, like, in a little white jar, and it's still good, actually. I mean, that's how potent manuka honey is. It's like it acts as its own kind of anti-bacterial agent and preservative in that right. But I just started experimenting with things, and there's so many, like I said, there's a lot of preservatives, and just becoming aware of the ingredients that you have in your products is so important. So to the people out there, just make sure if there are things you're not sure about, just look them up. There are very good websites out there.
You said the Think Dirty app?
Think Dirty app is great. PubMed has great studies to where you can also, a lot of our clinical research is done through that, and a lot of the articles that I write, have to be compliant. So we need good, reputable platforms like that to provide the studies to why the pearl powder is amazing in our mass, and why different plant-derived stem cells are so effective, and Prakasha oil, and so on. So it's a lot of fun because I really love doing it. I don't want to like follow any other brands or any other benchmarks. I really am. I want to create products that people are kind of hesitant to do because of cost. Australian sandalwood, organic, is not cheap. Organic neroli oil, same thing. Brazilian acai butter, but plant-derived stem cells. All these things are usually they'll isolate one active ingredient and then make 5 products out of it. I'd rather make just one home run and not create customer confusion and just knock it out of the park and then make another one. And so that's what I do. That's just my route. I love doing it. The response has been humbling. It's a lot of fun.
I was going to say, people appreciate it because you guys have a very loyal following. I'm sure you have a lot of return customers. Oh, yeah. And it really opens my eyes to what true quality is, because I have to tell you, like, as a woman growing up in the beauty industry, and I was an esthetician at one time in my life, but it was with Aveda, which at the time was one of the most natural on the market, even though it was not at all. But anyways,
They used to be, though.
Yeah, they used to be before they got bought by Estee Lauder. But even my family today, they just think Estee Lauder is like the high-end beauty. Like, they go to the beauty counter and they get treated a certain way and everything's in the beautiful package, and they think that's high-end beauty. And even these brands will lead with, like, using true plant botanicals. And so nobody even thinks for a second that that's not clean beauty, or that they have to worry about clean beauty. And I'd like for you right now to talk to our audience who's not even thinking about what's in their skincare. Like, what is the most fundamental reason that they should start caring about what's in their skincare?
Because, number one, it's just these carcinogens get into your bloodstream, and they have to be processed through your liver and your kidney, and can disrupt your endocrine system, can disrupt your adrenals, and really just highlight the inflammation markers in your system, which I believe inflammation is the root of all disease. And so I think it's going to accelerate your susceptibility for harsh diseases. And I don't even want to say it out loud, but so I just say really start to pay attention to the ingredients that are in the decks of the products that you're using, the food that you're eating. And it's just I like to take it back and to just really food grade. I feel like our body responds best to food grade ingredients, and then there are very good, clean, cutting edge active ingredients that I'm starting to use in some of my products, like the plant derived vitamin A. But it's organic. It's sourced from alfalfa, and it's amazing. It's like a retinol alternative. It's in our go-to, and things like plant derived stem cells. Sure, it's lab made, but it's derived from gardenia and edelweiss. But these are things that are pure for the body and can be processed. But the harsh sodium lauryl sulfates, the sodium benzoate, phenoxyethanol is not so bad, but I won't ever use that. Just things that don't serve the skin, and they just don't have a purpose other than filling up ingredient labels or being an emulsifier to the actual product itself, like glycerin. And I prefer to go the next mile and take it to another level and just really have a purpose, and be proud of what I put on my ingredient text. And that's why that's what a little logo is. It's me signing off on what's in the bottle. I know exactly what went into that and what's in it, and the results are I think a lot better than something synthetic. I have a very sensitive skin. And so I knew like something chemical, it'll kind of leave me in a little bit of a funk with some of the toxins and how I react to them. So I knew I didn't want to go the synthetic route, and so I'd rather go with something pure like beeswax, sea buckthorn oil, manuka honey, colostrum, pearl powder, things that I can pronounce, organic kelp powder, clays. There's just so many beautiful ingredients out there that have so many benefits to them that perform you're seeing med spas, you're seeing green beauty really make a hard push towards that, the Ultas, Sephora's, Macy's, Nordstrom's. It's becoming a thing now, which is great. So it's helping people that they're becoming more aware of what they put onto and into their bodies.
I'm so happy that clean beauty is becoming so popular, even though I think a lot more people need to get on the bandwagon. Yeah. But I think your brand is just so next level because you've been saying it multiple times. It's healing, like all the stem cells and things like that. So it's not just, I'm not putting any toxins on my skin or like any fragrances, but you're taking it up a notch and being like, we are going to like reverse aging. We're going to make your skin glow even more. It's just you truly are taking it to the next level with all of the ingredients in your products, right?
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. And just with through nature though, and just using little instruments like the dermal roller, which is little titanium microneedles. But what it does, I mean, the science behind getting past that epidermis and just getting maximum absorption of the ingredients that you put on top of it afterwards, and getting the most out of your products and getting the most out of the clays, like with our clay mask and just the circulation provided. That's my whole idea of that, is just circulation, exfoliation, and then nourishing, and then hydrating that area and conditioning that area that you just exfoliated. And just staying on top of that and staying consistent, and obviously getting sunlight, eating right, working out, and then staying the course with that. And then that's usually, it sets a tone for my day and you create a better energy for yourself that adds like a ripple effect to the people that you're around, surround yourself with. So.
Yeah, just the scents in your products. I know they're all natural plant extracts and essential oils, but to me, that alone has completely converted me away from conventional skincare, because the synthetic fragrances now give me headaches.
Right.
I don't enjoy them. And I don't know what switches in people, because it just switched in me. But it was long after I went paleo. It was long after I was clean eating and cleaning up so many things in my life. All of a sudden now I can't smell a standard candle. I can't have them put the lotion on me at the nail salon. Like, I literally will be nauseous from the smell of that. Do you know anything about fragrances, or why that would happen, or why we hit a crossroads, or is it just, tell me something?
I mean, same thing, by the way. When I get into a lift, or the little spray that they put in the lifts,
the cars, they smell
unbelievable. I mean, I seriously thought I was going to throw up. I'm very, very sensitive to that. And detergents are the worst, by the way. I had a friend of mine, I left something at their place and they washed my laundry, and I still come like, no, this shouldn't have been.
You can't get it out. You can rewash it and it still smells after.
Oh, I'm talking, this is a year ago. It's still lingering around, and this is like one of my favorite sweatshirts too. And I know. But it's so, but that's the thing though, your skin is so porous, obviously, and like you're absorbing. Can you imagine just doing Tide, Gain laundry, and just that detergent, and then wearing those clothes daily? That's accelerating the aging process and really putting yourself at risk, at a health risk. And so I choose to just go, come on, sandalwood, lemongrass, vanilla.
Your stuff smells so good. I'm like bending over because I'm like, I just want to say I am obsessed with the smells of your products.
I appreciate it.
And I know I said this at the beginning, but your presence perfume, I wish you guys were here with us because you smell so good. I'm obsessed with it. But also, I remember your Pearl Cleanser. At first, it has such a unique, you need to kind of get used to the scent.
We changed it. I'm telling you, it is money now.
I loved it. I loved what it was.
It's even better. It took me forever to formulate that original one, and it could have been better. And so I just listened to some feedback here and there. We went back and just simplified it. What I did is I tried to add too many essential oils competing with each other, and it was almost like it was Palo Santo, there was, what else was in there? German chamomile, there was a little rose in there, neroli, and they start to compete with each other and kind of cancel each other out. It became like this soup of essential oils, and whereas it was still a great cleanser, we used colloidal silver in there to eat up that bacteria as opposed to foaming agents or harsh surfactants. But I toned it back and just went with sandalwood, chamomile, a little clary sage, and jasmine. The jasmine in there is, I love that. So it's perfect now. Yeah, but I'm glad we went back to the drawing board a little bit just for the scent. Just hit the scent, like that last part. But the cleansing action is, that's my favorite, one of my favorite products.
I was going to ask, what is your favorite product?
It's tough. I'm going to go mask. If I'm without that, I know I'm not just going to feel the same. There's no
How
way.
often do you use it?
I'm starting to get up to quite 4 or 5 times a week. But that's just because I always have something to prepare for, and I like to feel my best. And, but I would recommend 1 to 3 times a week. It's a little overboard with 4 or 5, but I have a lot of it, and it's not harsh. It's not overly harsh to where it's drying and you're seeing irritating your skin. That pearl powder in there and the colostrum kind of healing that, and the IGF-1 content.
What's pearl powder?
Pearl powder?
Yeah.
It's like freshwater pearl powder. It's like silk. If you put that in your hand, put a little water in there and smooth it around, and then rinse it off. It's one of those things. Not only are you getting the smoothness, but it has this mild bleaching effect, where you're kind of like evening out your skin tone, and it helps erase age spots and sun spots as well. It has superoxide dismutase. Yeah, and I just found that it has a little bit of it's a mineral. Yeah, it's amazing from an antioxidant standpoint as well, which I think it kicks up your glutathione production as well. And I didn't know that going into it. I just knew that it was. I used it primarily for the smoothness and the calming effect, and really just eats up any type of irritation. And for people that have, whether it's rosacea, psoriasis, and cystic, I mean, it's an amazing ingredient. No, the mask in general for sure, but definitely it's because of a lot of the pearl powder and everything that's in there. I mean, it took a while to formulate, but yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. What comes to mind is I'm thinking, everybody wants skincare advice. We kind of like spit out a lot of terms they're not familiar with. How about we leave everybody with the one thing you wish everybody would start with to clean up their skin routine? Like, which thing are they using in their regimen right now that you're like, if they would just make their moisturizer, or if they would just start using clay, or if they would...
It's got to be an exfoliant. It's got to be a mask. You got to exfoliate, because you just get rid of those dead skin cells, even if it's once a week or once a month. Just exfoliate, and then even if it's my product or someone else's, just make sure you hydrate and moisturize with a good, clean moisturizer after using a mask or any type of good, clean scrub.
What makes it clean, though? Like, what's a clean moisturizer?
Well, I mean, just devoid of any toxins. When I say that, I mean non-toxic whatsoever. I mean, no added artificial fragrances, no preservatives. I mean, just use something, just really get in tune with your ingredient decks. And somebody used the term, pick up a bottle, and then pick and flip. So yeah, pick and flip. So pick it up and then flip it around to see what's in there.
Look at the label.
I love that. So is it Think Dirty app?
Think Dirty app.
Okay, we want to make sure that all of our listeners download that app.
And your website too. Like where? First of all, you got to see him when he puts the mask on, and it's on the Alitura. What's your Instagram page? Yeah, like let's go through all of that.
Yeah. So I mean, our website is alituranaturals.com. That's ALITURANATURALS.com. Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Andy Hnilo. It's ANDYHNILO, and then at Alitura Naturals. And we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I love what I do. I mean, I eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff. And a lot of this is still me, even though I do have like a social media team and a couple people helping me out, but.
Yeah, people on your social media team have, I mean, you just radiate with, like, love for the company, but even people on your social media team have said, like, he is just all in on this brand, and we could definitely tell.
Yeah,
it's a luxury brand. Like, if you want to buy someone a gift, and they are into natural living or anti-aging, Alitura would make an exceptional gift. I saw your new packaging, and that's for your fragrance, right?
Thank you, yeah.
I mean, honestly, this stuff is stunning.
And another thing, too, you definitely have to, our listeners have to follow on Instagram, because there are so many before and after photos of people with, like, acne, rosacea. It is such an incredibly healing product. It's not just like, let me just have some clean beauty. It's, like, a truly next-level product.
Yeah. No, I mean, thank you for saying that. I mean, I like just going a different route, and I like creating something based on my research, not what other people are doing. I like to just... There's like a really artistic side to that, to me, to finding, just certain curators from all over the world that specifically specialize in certain ingredients, and then combining those. It takes a lot longer, sure, and it's sure maybe more expensive to do that, and not easier when you run out of stock of certain ingredients. But it's more satisfying to me, because I knew I'd create it from scratch, and so it's like that's every single one of the products, and so it just feels better, it performs better too, I believe. So, and then knowing that just feels really good, just putting everything into that, and then signing off on it, and then enjoying it, and then moving on to the next one. So.
I mean, you probably knew it was worth building the brand when it started working on you, because you don't have any scars.
No, I mean, I still have this little guy right here.
You really can hardly see it. Maybe because you're a guy and you have some little...
It doesn't bother me at all.
Shadow.
Scars are kind of like cute.
I know. Like, if anything, it just makes you a little tougher.
Nah,
your skin, honestly, your products must have done a lot for your skin.
No, it definitely has. I mean, I stay, on top of it, because it's a good way to start off your day and sets the tone for how you're going to feel by just going, all right, it's a nice little self-care. It gives yourself a little routine, a little mindless routine to... just kind of, I guess it's a sort of a form of meditation for me, and just kind of get things going. Yeah, a little ritual. Yeah, a little daily ritual. And I get in front of like that Juve red lights, you know, and bang out my emails and have that mask on. I do the same thing pretty much every day. I mean, I do. This is what I do every single day, pretty much. So.
One more thing. I know this is random, but you talked about the derma roller. Right. What is that? Can you explain that to our listeners?
Sure. So the derma roller is it's like a micro needling technology where we use these little titanium micro needles to essentially penetrate the outer epidermis of the skin, so where you're getting past and signifying these little tiny, or signaling to your brain that to your body that there's like little micro tears, micro wounds to repair itself and develop a thicker collagen layer. But also it's like a better delivery mechanism for the ingredients that you put on top of it. So if you can put on, say, a serum or a mask or something like that, it accelerates the absorption of that and creates just a really brightened complexion, but also it releases a lot of congestion. If you have any puffiness under the eyes, it really helps with that too. And releases a lot of that tension in that T-zone area too. So
I have one and I never use it, and now I'm going to go home and use it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would recommend 1 to 3 times a week, but taking a day off in between. But gotta be honest, I'm starting to do it a little bit more than that. So it's I mean,
it's an addiction.
Yeah, and you can control the pressure. That's the thing about it. Exactly. We have 0.25, 0.5, and 1 millimeter lengths, and I use the one now, but I'd recommend starting off smaller and working your way up. But
we're going to put some pictures in the video.
Yeah.
I'll add some stills so they can see your products, because we don't have any here to show right now, but I'm going to show them because you have the black glass bottles. Glass is another thing you thought about. Hello.
Yeah.
And the color stops light from penetrating. And
yeah, we use maroon glass. I mean, it's with their whole motto is it's preserved by the bottle, not by toxins. And so the artificial light can't get past that layer, and it preserves the bioenergy of the ingredients. A lot of my ingredients are cold pressed oils and raw honey and beeswax and cacao butter and things of that nature. And I just want to have like the most rich live product and most effective product. And so a lot of the times with plastic bottles or just regular glass, like the artificial light's going to seep past that and heat it up and kind of take away from the performance of the ingredients. So it's counterproductive to that. And so that's why I love using maroon glass in all of our liquid products. So I think that's the way it should be done. I mean, if you can optimize any part of it, then why not?
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right.
Got to do it right. Thank you. I'm stay the course. I love this, and I have the control over it to be able to do that. And so, showing that as our company culture, you know, that's how it has to be. Treating our customers as a reflection of ourselves, and so many businesses screw that up, and we refuse to. I refuse to, and it's just you make a customer's day. Who knows? They may stick around for a long time.
Every time we use our products, it's like you're making our day. Like that. Yeah. I'm telling you, I put on your body lotion, and it's like my moment because I use it as a hand lotion next to my sink. So every time I wash my hands in my own house, I put on that lotion and I smell it, and it's like my moment. It's like that. The smoothness. What is like a kukui nut butter or like?
Well, it's acai butter, and then we have a little Andirobo oil in there.
It's like silky.
Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah.
So nice.
So that's what I mean. You make me happy even when you're not around.
I appreciate that. I like hearing that. We put a lot into this. And truly, like it's a really impactful business and industry to be in, because you're hearing stuff like that. I mean, especially when we're a smaller team and we put a lot of work into that. It completely validates the work that I put in. So
yeah, it's not really in everyone's budget when we're talking. It's a luxury brand. Like, I want to be straightforward. I hesitated because I'm not used to spending a lot of money on my skincare. I even made my own, like when you were telling your story about putting the nut butters to get the cacao butter and everything. I did that like because I wanted the highest quality and I couldn't afford to buy that much stuff. But I really turned a corner when I bought your body lotion, because it was probably the nicest thing I ever bought myself in the field of skincare. And I have that bottle has lasted me so long because I chose to use it as a hand lotion. And every time I use it, I literally have enjoyment. And so I just want you to know, I've never once wondered why I spent that money on that. Never once.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
More than enjoyment, it's like when you see these before and afters, it's like, think about that confidence boost that your product gives those people. It's like that's life-changing for them too, right?
Oh, it's 100% my why of this company. I mean, we work with Smile Train. We donate a percentage of sales each of each sale to Smile Train to help repair their little cleft palate right there, cleft lip. And we have 30 smiles that we've prepared so far.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, like 30 kids. I mean, that's thank you. Yeah, thank you. So not only that, but like also the customers are getting off harsh products, they're getting off the Accutane and getting something just, I mean, food grade and something that's doing, it's even better for them. And just how grateful in the emails that we get, how grateful they are in just showing us in the emails that we get almost daily. It's just, that, I mean, it absolutely drives me. I can't even tell you how exciting.
I could see it in your face. I wish people could see. You're beaming
passion.
when you talk about your brand.
Yeah,
and it's moving you. I can tell.
Yeah, no, it's very important to me. And I mean, I never could have imagined being in a position like this. I've always wanted to have something like that, to have some type of impact and to help others and help others feel better about themselves. And that's it. And so when you can do that, it's beautiful. It's unbelievable.
Well, we adore you. We love your products, and we are so grateful that you took the time to interview with us.
Yeah, hey, I'm happy to be here. You guys energized me. I mean, it's been an awesome day, and I'm glad we sat down and had a chat in this beautiful, awesome weather. So thank you for having me.
Yes, Andy, we love you. Thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you.
And have an awesome weekend.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Oh,